Hey everyone, it's Manoj. If you have been following my channel, you know I work in BG prep and compositing, and recently my contract wasn't extended. Not recently, a few months back. Right now I'm working as a BG prep artist in Image Engine. It's all uncertainty, right? That's the reality of this industry. Contracts end, studios restructure, projects wrap. It's happened to me and probably to many of you as well. Instead of making this video about frustration, I want to talk about why I am still optimistic about the VFX industry, especially here in British Columbia. What you do with your skills and your community presence matters even more. That means posting your work on LinkedIn, reaching out to people who are creating interesting, globally noticed work, and constantly learning the skills that make you hard to replace. The global VFX market is worth around $28 billion and is growing at roughly 8.5% a year. I read this somewhere, and that growth comes from streaming and from the way film, games, and VFX tech are blending into one connected pipeline. At the same time, we are seeing volatility, layoffs, tighter budgets, and studios being more selective about contracts. AI is now a real production tool, not just a toy, showing up in rotoscoping, denoising, and asset generation. Real-time rendering, virtual production, and cloud workflows are changing how studios work day to day. So yes, the ground is shifting, and that makes learning the right skills more important than ever. Why BC gives me hope? British Columbia isn't built around one studio, from big global players to smaller teams. It means your whole career doesn't depend on a single company. If one contract ends, there are genuinely other places to look and other projects to join. A lot of this ecosystem is supported by policy, not just luck. BC offers the production service tax credit, or PSTC, plus bonuses for certain regions. On top of that, there is the dev credit for digital animation, visual effects, and post-production, which adds another layer of support focused specifically on our kind of work. When you stack these incentives, productions can reach very competitive rates, which is a big reason studios choose to base and grow their teams here instead of treating BC as a temporary stop. Here is the honest part. Tax credits and market growth don't remove the fear of contract ending. I felt that, but when I zoom out, I see a province that has spent decades building infrastructure, talent pipelines, and financial incentives so the industry can absorb some of that volatility. AI shift, streaming shift, and move to new pipelines are global changes. BC is actually well positioned because it has a deep and diverse studio base. Your job is to ready for that future. That means getting genuinely good at the tools studios rely on. Example, Nuke. In my case, it's Roto and Paint, so that means Silhouette, Mocha, A tracking, and AI assisted workflows like ComfyUI as well. Also, post your work regularly on LinkedIn so lead supervisors and hiring artists can actually see what you do. You can also send thoughtful cold messages to artists, leads, and supervisors whose work you respect. Not spam, but genuinely outreach to them. For example, you can send a message like, I loved that sequence. Here's a bit of my work. Would love any feedback or a quick perspective about this. This really works, and it worked for me as well. So why am I optimistic even after my own contract ended? Because my skills in 2D compositing and AI are not tied to one studio. They are tied to a whole regional industry that's actively investing in staying relevant. I trust the BZ VFX ecosystem not because it guarantees me a job, but because its depth means there is almost always another project and another team that might need what I can do. And I trust myself to keep learning, keep posting my work, and keep reaching out to the people whose work inspires me. If you're going through something similar right now, definitely you are not alone. This industry is changing, but there is still space for artists who take their craft and their community presence seriously. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about your own VFX journey. Then do one small thing today. Post a piece of your work on LinkedIn, or send a genuine message to a lead, supervisor, or an artist whose work you admire. That's how we keep moving forward. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.